Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Back with a bit shoot roast of our favorite filthy, dirty, cum drinking, glory hole loving sex pig, Jason Blaha. Alright, let's get cracking with this one. It is the Elliott Atwell facing federal charges, bodybuilding and aesthetics culture strikes again. So it's Jason Blaha's continued hate of bodybuilding and aesthetics because he can't do it. You know, when we train, we all get to a point where we go, Christ, maybe I'll just give up. I'll hold on to the fat. I'll walk around a fat fuck and just say I'm a power lifter. Do a Blaha. Yeah, I'm going to give up training, give up on the cardio, watching the diet and all that stuff. I'm just going to lift a few weights, 1 rep max, and tell everyone I'm a fucking power lifter. Yeah, the easy route again for Blaha. That's all he's fucking done. He's just taken the easy route again, convincing everyone, or trying to, that he's a power lifter. I'm an advanced power lifter. I'm an athlete, a master's lifter. Anyway, so in this, he's talking about Elliott Atwell. I've looked into it a little bit, done a little bit of background on it, checked a little bit of the background behind the story. Elliott Atwell, apparently he's a coach, never heard of him before, but apparently he's a coach. And for years, allegedly, he's been acquiring, let's say, dodgy pictures. Yeah, dick pic. I don't know if he's going after girls or guys. I couldn't get that far, but they certainly seem underage. Yeah, underage. And we know that the sex pig is involved in this sort of thing. You know, there's rumours that he was sending and receiving dick pics from boys. So maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, let's say that. You know, birds of a feather flock together. This is why he has an interest in this conversation, because he does it. And we got lots and lots of video to look at today regarding his past and his indiscretions. Yeah, so we're just going to let this run for a minute. This is the newest one of the lot we're going to be looking at, and then we're going to look at some of his past filth and just the way his mind works. He's a deviant, he's a scumbag. So let's just look at this video and then we'll get looking at some of the older stuff.
For those of you who like these type of videos, please remember to click like down below. I don't do very many of these anymore because I don't really watch YouTube fitness or any of that. I just don't care. Right, so
doesn't care, but he's doing one. Don't do them, but he's doing it. just a fucking idiot. He doesn't think before he opens his filthy, toothless mouth, does he?
Like I said in the last one, I actually had a couple of coaches laugh. Actually, one coach I know sent me a message laughing about it when I said no one on this platform really knows anything about training. All right, so there's no point in coming to most YouTube channels if you actually care about training. The training knowledge level is very, very, very low.
Yeah, that's it, kids. You know, Jason Blaha's channel is the only channel on YouTube that actually cares about training. Everything else is useless. Just Jason, he's the best. I mean, can't you see? He's so successful. Runs multiple businesses. He's the CEO of some very successful businesses. Online coaching with no clients. T-shirts that he doesn't even wear himself. And just nonsense, isn't it? Just nonsense. We know it's nonsense. All this is the same as his fake Merc shit and the distance running shit and the black belt shit, you know, all that stuff. Incidentally, we found out, or I found out, maybe you knew all along. We found out what martial arts he says he has a black belt in. More on that later.
General rule here. So I just really don't care about it. I just don't. It's a waste of my time.
He doesn't care about it, this subject, Elliott Atwell, YouTube drama, doesn't care about it. It's a waste of his time. So he spends 12 minutes talking about it and then uploading it. But he doesn't care about it. It's a waste of his time. Okay. I can see that makes a lot of sense. It does to Blaha. To us normal folk, it doesn't. Makes no sense. But to a twisted, fucked up lunatic like Blaha, makes perfect sense. Yeah, sort of, he's not interested, he doesn't want to waste his time, yet he's gonna do a video on it and upload it to YouTube. Yeah.
Focus on my own channel, putting out good training knowledge, getting you guys strong and jacked. That's what we care about. And as a coach myself, I feel the need to talk about this Elliott Atwell thing.
It always makes me laugh when he refers to himself as a coach. Really, a coach? You know, he's probably not allowed near children, but you know, even just go and do some, like, what is it, minor league, what is it, you know, the baseball for the little kids, you know? Be a little baseball coach, you know? I don't know what they call it, but just put it in the comments down below. But you know, the little league, I think it's called the little league, yeah, where they coach little kids, yeah, something like that. Go to an old age pensioners sort of care home, an old people's care home, and offer your services free there. You know, sitting in the chair, you can do that because it's sitting down, just raising your arms, you know. All right, yeah, just get a little bit of movement. That's it. Come on, Grandma at the back. Here, you can work harder than that. Let's see you work. That's it. Yeah. Come on, Grandma. That's it. Keep with the program. Just something like that. At least he could then claim to be a coach. Yeah? Little kids playing baseball. Grandmas and granddads, you know, 1 foot in the grave, unfortunately. God bless them. You know, just trying to keep them active. You know, that's it. Just do some gentle exercising, get the blood circulating, you know, that sort of thing. At least then he could claim to be a coach of some sort. But to just sit on his fat fucking jelly ass, his cellulite ridden ass, and then try and convince us that he's a coach, when there's no sign of any clients, just the old sock account. I'm a real client of Jason's, yes. I can bench 300 pounds now. The fact that I'm using a picture of a dead Indian, don't worry about that bit. You know, all that nonsense, you know, Julia, whatever her name is. You know, fake clients, sock accounts, all that bullshit. You know, he's trying to convince us that he's a fucking coach. And he's not. Blaha, go, do something. You know, even if it is at the old age pensioners care home, at least you can claim you're a coach. Do an online study course. Get something on paper. But don't just sit locked in your shithole apartment with paedophiles living 3 or 4 doors away, known paedophiles living 3 or 4 doors away, so they keep you all together, it seems. Section 8 housing, secure unit, keep all the freaks together. Don't try and convince us that you're a coach when there's no evidence. There's no qualifications. There is nothing. No testimonials, nothing. Just sock accounts. You're not a coach. You're never going to be a coach because you're too fucking lazy to study anything.
Come back up. It's come back up in the news again. We already had this whole fiasco. And I'm going to talk to you guys in a bit about, this is one of the things I've been saying for years and years and years to you guys.
Why does he have to look years and years and years looking at his watch? Oh, nearly 10 minutes.
Going back like 8 years, I've been talking to you about guys who chase this aesthetics thing. There's generally something wrong with them. Okay, that's not normal. It's not healthy for a man to care about his aesthetics. It's emotionally unhealthy.
So it's unhealthy to want to look and feel good. You know, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, life's good. Yeah? He wouldn't know about this because he looks like shit and he feels like shit. And as a result, life is shit. But who do you want to be around? Positive people? Full of energy and vibrancy? Or lazy fucking miserable cunts? Like him. I know who I want to be surrounded by. Positive go-getters. Not lazy, miserable fucks. So if you feel good, because you look good and you're healthy and you're in a good healthy body and you're eating well and people can see you radiating because you're healthy and you're happy because you're healthy, because I'm not happy when I'm fat, you know. That's why I'm fucking training so hard now, to try and get all the fat off, trying to get myself in better shape so I can feel good. And if I feel good, life is good. And life's good for everyone around me, because I'm not a miserable fuck. It's a state of mind. A strong, healthy body has a strong, healthy mind. He doesn't know this because he's fucking stupid. He's got no experience of anything. Just locked in his room, masturbating, covering his fucking booty shorts in cum.
And we'll talk about that further in. We got this Elliott Atwell situation. He has now been arrested on federal drug charges. And he's a...
Look at him get. Oh, we got this. We got this Elliott Atwell that like it's breaking news. Like he's breaking, you know, it's a breaking news story and Blaha's bringing it to us live. Everyone's covering this shit because they're desperate, because there's nothing going on. All the gyms are closed, so there's no footage being filmed in all that bollocks. So they're all desperate looking for shit, you know, to report on. And it's the same with this cunt, this clickbaiting cunt. You know? Drama, hamming it up. Oh, I can't believe it. He's actually... Oh, guys, if I tell you he has been arrested, this is breaking news. He thinks he's TMZ.
Coached a bunch of these aesthetics guys, even though he himself is heavily strength oriented. Obviously a very enhanced dude. Pretty strong dude himself. But going to a bunch of these really young aesthetics chasing guys and coaching them. Alright, there's already a dead giveaway. That's who he's pursuing out. A red flag. Because anyone in the industry knows already that young men who become obsessed with aesthetics are usually very, very emotionally confused or very sexually confused. Right?
Just the way Blaha likes them. So you can get those dick pics. We all remember the stories about dick pics, don't we? Sending dick pics to people and getting dick pics back. He loves a bit of dick pic. He loves a picture of a cock, especially if it's fucking rock solid. Dirty bastard.
There's usually something wrong there. That's not normal. That's not normal even for guys who look. And I'm not saying, are you saying guys who want to look good? No, I'm not saying guys want to look good. Everyone wants to look better. Right? That's normal. When it becomes your pursuit, the pursuit and obsession with physical beauty is the primary attribute as a young man. That's a sign of a massive insecurity problem. And that's where you see the predatory behavior like this come in, swooping in on that. And the whole bodybuilding industry is built around that level of predatory behavior, right? They take advantage of these young men.
Blaha takes advantage of these young men. He loves sexually confused young men. Anyway, so, you know, this is the gist of it. He's trying to say that, you know, bodybuilding aesthetics is just full of sexually confused young men and predatory older men preying on those younger men. Blah. Alright, but here we have a channel called Ask Jason Blaha. And these are old videos, yeah? Old videos where Blaha like sits there and invents a story, and you can see it just written out in Word. This isn't an email. Yeah, you can see it on the screen, right? And it's just written in Word, and he's written it himself. So these are fantasies, if you like. And look, they're all about young boys and girls, but mainly boys, yeah, in like teenage turmoil. You know, when you're a teenager, everything's a bit confusing. You know, your hormones are going fucking nuts. You know, you get a crush on a girl and all that sort of stuff, and you know, it feels really intense. I remember it. I remember my first girlfriend, proper girlfriend, at sort of 15, 16 years old, you know, and you know, we were really intense, and I thought, you know, I remember being so emotional and attached. And looking back at it now, it's a joke, you know, I'm like, fuck you, what a joke that was. But at the time, it was so intense and it was so real. So these, because he hasn't really been in many relationships, you know, with a couple of transsexuals and everything, but in later life, Meth Cookie and Mark Stubin dressed up as a blonde. But, you know, back here, you know, I don't even think he'd had sex by this point. He looks like he's in his 30s here. I don't know whether he's had sex or not, or maybe he's not had much experience. But this is all him just imagining young boys, teenage boys, having sex. And listen to this story that he makes up about young boy having sex. It's fucking twisted.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it is time for Ask Jason. And I have another young man who has a question for me.
Now you can see here, look, it's just a Word document that he's written out. It's not an email, that's a Word document. We all know what a Word document looks like. Anyway, so this is his little perverse sexual fantasy story about a 15-year-old boy.
And he writes, Dear Jason, do you think it's worth getting into a relationship at 15? If not, how would you deal with girls and having a sex life? I don't want to end up a 25-year-old virgin. Thanks, Jason.
And then he goes on to fucking try and coach him. Like he's some sort of coach, some sort of agony aunt. Dear Jason, dear Deirdre.
You know, I think it's really hard for us to say what's old enough to be in a relationship. I personally think 15 is old enough to be in a relationship, but your parents may disagree. The girl you're trying to get with, her parents may disagree. And while you're on your way to becoming a man, you're not quite there yet. But until you are a man, until you are an adult, you're going to have to live under your parents' rules. And if you don't, trust me, it's not going to go well for you.
You know, when you listen to this fucking crap bag, you know, talking, you can tell he's got no experience of life. He's got no experience of relationships, be it sexual relationships or just interpersonal relationships. It's like he watches films. It's like he watches movies and he thinks that the relationships in movies are real. And then he sort of comments on them. He's got no real experience of interactions, no real experience. He's a fucking freak. Yeah, it's just like he watches movies and he thinks that they're real and that's how real people behave. But in this, I think it's this one, he talks about having a firebird. Picking up a girl in a firebird, a Trans Am firebird. Can you imagine this cunt having a firebird? He's never had a firebird. He's never had any sort of car like that. He had a car that he was borrowing off his sister and that was it. And then he had that Ford thing, but he's never had a firebird. Firebird from Smokey and the Bandit. Burt Reynolds, you know, big fiery eagle sort of across the front of it. You know, I mean, that's a badass car with a T-top and fucking, oh, it's a badass car. It's an icon. And this fucking thing thinks he had a Firebird and he went to pick up a girl and went to a drive-in movie. Check it out, listen to this.
So that's part of what you need to consider is how are parents going to react, and particularly if you're trying to date other 15-year-olds and you're dating a 15-year-old girl, you damn well better be worried about what her dad thinks. Because trust me, that will get you into a world of trouble. And I remember when I was 16, because I started dating when I was 16. Second girl I ever went out with, I went to pick her up at the date, and we were going to go to a drive-in. And her dad met me outside as I was coming to the door. He sat down and talked to me for a minute, wanted to meet me. He asked me what sort of car I drove, looked out the window. And he goes, "Oh, you drive a Firebird. That's great because they have a really small seat. I like that since you're taking my daughter to a drive-in movie."
Now, I may put a picture up now of the back seats. They don't have a small seat. Now, I've been in an old, and this was years ago, and the image and memory stays with me so well. We went to, it was in England, UK. My friend's neighbour, a very good friend of mine, his neighbour had a black a black T-top, T-bar, black, what was it? Corvette Stingray, black, beautiful. And we went to a car show in it. And I, because I'm the friend of his friend, my friend was at the front driving, sort of riding shotgun. The guy was driving. My friend was at the front, and they did have a tiny little seat on the back, like a little shelf almost. Bloody awful. But I didn't give a shit. I was in a black Corvette with ZZ Top playing. So that was good enough for me. I was in heaven. Man, that fucking thing was badass. And since then, I loved Corvette Stingrays, the old 70s, 1970s Corvette Stingrays. But this fucking thing, he's probably seen it in a film. And he's never been anywhere near a Trans Am Firebird. And he thinks that there's a little shelf seat on the back. I can show you a picture. There's not a shelf seat on the back. It's two proper seats in the back. Yeah, there's a bit of a partition in the middle, little hump. But there's two proper adult seats in the back. You can get 4 people in that car in a Trans Am, 1970s Trans Am, very comfortably. And you can get a girl in the back very comfortably too. You know, in the back seats, watching a drive-in movie as you finger blast her and, you know, go to third base. Anyway, but this fucking idiot has never been in a Trans Am, and he's never taken a girl to a drive-in movie.
And he looked me dead in the eyes when he said that, without a smile. And I'll get to that story more later of how that went down, but no, I did not have sex with her. So,
of course he didn't have sex with her. He's never had sex with a fucking, just nonsense. Anyway, so this is, look at the state of that fucking thing. You know, I'm only showing you these things because I want you to see the deviancy of this fuck. You know, he's talking, you know, glass houses, throwing stones, all that stuff. He's talking about other people when he is a fucking deviant. He's sitting there making up fucking stories about 15-year-olds having sex. Here, listen to this.
How can we become better at sex without actually having sex? Like, are there certain muscle groups we should train for endurance? I'm a virgin.
This guy is a fucking freak and a sicko. And, you know, just as, you know, we all talk about Catholic priests, don't we? Cub Scout leaders, Scout leaders. All these people, you know, soccer coaches, you know, gym coach, you know, whatever. We you know, martial art instructors, deviants will go to where the prey is, won't they? Predators will go to where the prey is. And this is why these certain fucking types go to these places and they like to be surrounded by their particular choice of prey. This guy is no different to Elliott Atwell. He really isn't. He's not different to him at all. There's lots of rumours and everything that this fucking thing, Jason Blaha has been sending dick pics, receiving dick pics from young men. You can see he's talking about sex and 15-year-olds and all that sort of stuff. I mean, the guy is fucking sick, you know. But he's talking about Elliott Atwell. This guy, Jason Blaha, is no fucking better. Okay, and this is the part where he reveals, and it's taken a long time to find this, but he reveals what martial art he has a black belt in. I know he says he has 2, he only tells us 1, but this is the part.
So I had to learn how to fight as a kid. I was in martial arts. I took karate first, and I went to taekwondo. I started karate when I was 7 years old. But as far as martial arts go, I started martial arts when I was 7. Through my teenage years, I did earn. The people ask me what style. I'm only going to cover one style that I've learned. I got my first degree black belt in American Taekwondo when I was 17.
So he's a black belt in taekwondo, which is probably why he can kick through both your legs and smash them with one kick, because he can bench press 500 pounds and squat 1,000,000, and he can break both your legs with one kick and probably put you in a coma as well. Anyway, so that's it, guys. You know, the answer is there. He's answered our question. It took a while for me to find it, but it's American Taekwondo. Anyway, I condensed 2 videos into one there, made this a longer video. I've covered what I wanted to. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. But yeah, Jason Blaha's a fucking scumbag. You know, there's even talk that he had to leave. I don't know, he had to leave a town because there was a young girl or something. Something happened. I don't know. It's just a lot of rumor, but apparently there's more to it. And it's more than just a rumour. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. But let's talk about it over on BitChute in my new abs workout video. And I'll speak to you next time.
I ain't no white trash piece of shit. I'm better than you all. I can outlearn you. I can outread you. I can outthink you. And I can outphilosophize you. And I'm gonna outlast you.